Hey everybody, ever since Tarzan I've been really working out. It's really gotten me in the mood to work out. I know it's only been a couple days, but check out these results. Hey everybody, Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard here. It's time to talk The Legend of Tarzan! So I put it out to Twitter what you guys want me to review next, and it was a tie between Independence Day Resurgence, which you can watch, and The Legend of Tarzan, which I'm reviewing now. So Legend of Tarzan's kind of cool for me because I get to come for a completely different angle than I think most reviewers, because I have not seen anything Tarzan ever. Never watched the Disney movie, never read the book, didn't watch any of the other 1930s or 40s movies. I haven't seen anything Tarzan. Closest thing I got is my mom really liked to watch George of the Jungle from the 90s, the live action one, because she liked to see Brendan Fraser topless. Oh my. So I'm not going to compare this to anything else. This is just Legend of Tarzan as it stands as its own merit. So let's get into it. So this movie comes to us from David Yates, who's most famous for doing the last four Harry Potter movies, and he gives us this movie. So the overall plot is this takes place 8 years after Tarzan goes back to England to reclaim his birthright. And during this time, this is when the monarchs of Europe have split up Africa and taken different sections. And this takes place in the Congo, and Belgium has taken over Congo and is trying to exploit its resources. So the bad guy made a pact with one of the chiefs to get a diamond mine, and the bad guy has to bring Tarzan to the chief. So the bad guy, I can't remember his name exactly, sends a fake letter to Tarzan inviting him to the Congo to check out all the good things Belgium has done for the Congo. And it kind of goes into Tarzan reclaiming his past and things like that. Getting back in touch with his, jungle roots since he's become a nice English gentleman. And that's your general plot of this movie. So kind of interesting. A little bit superhero-y, which I'll get into in a little bit here. But not terrible. So let's talk about the characters. And of course we have to start with the titular Tarzan, played by True Blood's Alexander Skarsgård. Quick fact, Alexander Skarsgård's dad is Dr. Selvig in the Avengers and Thor movies. And whoo, look at that. I mean, damn. I'm probably straight, but good lord. That is some grade A Swedish beefcake right there. Whew, man. He is looking good. Y'all, you ladies out there, Eric Northman has upgraded to his new form. So, I'm a True Blood fan, and I loved Alexander Skarsgård as Eric Northman. He had a good, really deep character. He played it really well. I very much enjoyed him as that. And I've been looking forward to see him in other movies, but he tends to pick garbage movies, like Battleship. Come on. But I think he's got a good one with this. I like the way he plays Tarzan. He plays it kind of two different ways, because we're going... this type of movie shows a lot of his past as well as his present. So in his past days, you get to see his wide-eyed innocence, and in the future or the present day, you see him kind of more a little grizzled, really determined, but with a good heart kind of thing. And he plays it really well. I love his Tarzan. I never question that he is Tarzan. He just does a fantastic job, on top of being all bumpy. Yeah. So along for the ride, we get Samuel L. Jackson joining him up. Samuel's character is from America and tags along with him to see how Belgium's developing. And who keeps casting Samuel L. Jackson in period roles? Because all he does is go, hey guys, this is a movie, just FYI. You know, we're not actually in this time period. That's all he ever does when he's in a period movie. He just throws you way out of it. He refuses to change his mannerisms. You know, he's just so modern, and it really throws it out. And the idea of this Tarzan is very trying to be realistic, and he just throws it way off. I love you, Samuel, but yeah, stop being in period movies because you refuse to be in that period. But he actually plays the comic relief, surprisingly enough, in this, and does pretty good. He has some really funny moments, which I'll get into later. But he does all right. But like I said, he just refuses to be in that period. It's very, very weird. So you can't have Tarzan movie without Jane. And this Jane is fantastic. I loved her. She does get kidnapped, but she never really feels like a damsel in distress. She has a really strong presence, and she feels really strong. She's very driven. I love this Jane. I don't know who the actress is, but she does a fantastic... No. No. That's not Margot Robbie. That Margot Robbie is this Margot Robbie. That Margot Robbie is this Margot Robbie. No. Really? Wow. I honestly had no idea that was Margot Robbie. Holy crap. Margot Robbie might be one of the best actors of all time. Holy crap, I had no idea it was her at all. Wow, she was not over-sexualized at all in this. Are we still sure this is Margot Robbie? Like, she's always a sexual object, right? Alright, good for you, Margot. Seriously, well done. That was fantastic. I literally had no idea it was you. You did a great job. Way to go. So the villain of this movie is played by Christoph Waltz. Most people know him as the Nazi guy from Inglourious Bastards, or Quentin Tarantino's new go-to actor guy. He plays this a little bit more downplayed than his average bad guy roles because he's always a bad guy, but he does pretty good. The character itself I have problems with, but what he was given was pretty good. He did a decent job, and I enjoyed what he did. He was pretty threatening overall, and yeah, solid guy. Way to go. One more person I have to mention is Casper Crump, who plays Christoph Waltz kind of right-hand man. I just have to mention it because he plays Vandal Savage in Legends of Tomorrow, and he's also in Legend of Tarzan. Are you trying to tell us something, Casper Crump? You trying to make us all think you're a legend because you're in Legend movies? I think you're trying a little too hard, buddy. Little too hard. So what worked well about Legend of Tarzan? Let's talk about it. First thing I gotta throw in is the effects on the animals are fantastic. They look amazing. Just on the gorillas, on the wildebeests, on the lions, on everybody, on the ants even. It just looks fantastic, and this is a gorgeous movie. If you like your junglescapes, this is your movie. Like, they do a fantastic job painting the jungle. It looks amazing. It's very, very well done. And there's even interactions between humans and animals, and it looks really good. It's, doesn't look like it's clipping or, they're really not touching anything. It's done very well. So good job there. Like I mentioned, Samuel L. Jackson had some funny scenes, and there's one I definitely got to mention where he talks about licking gorilla balls. And I had to write that in my script, that Samuel L. Jackson talked about licking gorilla balls. I can't even. Another great funny scene, which wasn't supposed to be funny, but I found it hilarious, was there was a scene of rampaging wildebeests, and there was lions running in between them. And I'm like, no, Mufasa! Don't go into the wildebeests! Wasn't supposed to be funny, but I found it hilarious. Ah, good times. Good times. So the flow of this movie was very much like a superhero movie, very specifically Batman Begins, where we have him in his present day, which is the past, but you know what I mean. Going through this storyline where it also jumps back to his past, also going through its own storyline. So you have the two going back and forth, and it's done very well. And yeah, like I said, it's very much like a superhero movie. The way that this is paced and the way it feels, which of course I'm going to like. I'm not sure how well it relates to any original material, but yeah, it's very paced out like a superhero movie and was done very well that way. Very well. Another thing I feel I gotta mention is, I don't know if it's in Tarzan lore, but, you know, I guess he talks to the animals. And being that they're going realistic with this, you know, of course the animals didn't talk, but they went by that by saying, you know, he spent so much time with them, he knows their body language, and he knows how to interact with them as an animal. And I thought that was very well done and very believable, to be honest. So I've just gotta throw that out there as well. But not every movie is perfect, so where does Legend of Tarzan fail? So I gotta say the biggest thing that's a downside of this movie is that it's okay. Which doesn't seem like a bad thing, but these days when you spend as much as you would purchasing it on Blu-ray to just see it once in the theater, okay is kind of rough. It's a really hard sell because it's like it's just okay. You know, it's not the greatest thing. This isn't going to change the way we look at Tarzan, but it's all right. It's a fun romp. You know, it's hard to sell that though. It's just like it's okay. It's all right. But I'd have a really hard time saying, "Hey, go out to the theater. You got to see it. It's pretty good." Like, for the average person who doesn't really want to spend that kind of money in the theater, this one's just okay. So I don't know. The other problem I had was Tarzan felt like he could do everything. Like he could just not fail. He's just hammering through this movie. Nothing can stop him. He's just going nuts and he has an answer for everything. And he's just Superman. And maybe this is, you know, Alexander Skarsgård payback for not being Aquaman like we all wanted. And so he just needed to be, you know, some sort of super role. So he got Tarzan. But yeah, he felt too unstoppable and felt a little rough that way. The last thing I gotta mention is the evil guy's plan, which I won't talk about until spoilers, but it was a little bit like evil for evil's sake. Like he's twiddling his mustache. And like I said, it's got that comic book feel, and they went with a very cheesy, you know, flat villain with this. And yeah, that was a little bad too, where he's just like, he's just a villain. So there's that. Alright guys, time for spoilers. Throw up the spoilers here and click on Alexander's abs to skip to my wrap up if you don't want any spoilers. But it's spoiler time. So this movie goes into some really dark places. The plot or the villain's scheme is basically they're going to enslave everybody that's in the Congo, and they're going to do that by hiring an army and building a train track so the army can just start rounding up people. And they have to pay for the army using the diamonds, which I mentioned before, which is kind of the crux of getting Tarzan in. So they need the diamonds to hire the army to enslave everybody in Congo, and that's really rough. But I actually think it was handled really well, and it's kind of good to see, a period piece like this touch on an uncomfortable subject like that, because unfortunately that was a real thing, and still is a real thing. But it's good to see, like, they just didn't skip over that or ignore that. Like, that was the crux of the movie, is that they're trying to enslave all of the Congo. And it was a little bit villainous because he just, like, I'm going to enslave everybody! But yeah, it's a bit of a dark thing to go to. The problem with going that dark is the ending was very happy ending, and you can't just do that. Like, the way it ended almost felt like someone's going to come up and say, and nothing bad ever happened in the Congo again. Which, of course, all the bad happens in the Congo. So, they went that dark route, but they tried to pull it back with this happy Disney-style ending, and that really clashed. And just, if they went all happy or, ignored that and went with a little bit of a lighter tone, the ending could have worked. But if they're going to go with this dark tone, they got to have the dark ending. And it just felt like they couldn't quite go there. And I don't know what a good ending would have been, but yeah, it was too much of a happy ending for that. And really, that's all for spoilers. I mean, there wasn't any big reveals or anything besides Margot Robbie apparently being the greatest actor ever. But outside of that, not many spoilers, so let's just wrap this up. So in conclusion, it's an alright movie. It's good. It's alright. Like, if you find yourself going to the theater anyways and you don't know what to see, yeah, see Tarzan. If you see it at Redbox, yeah, definitely rent it for $1. This is way, way worth just a rent. Or if you see it on TV for your whatever $3, on-demand rental, definitely rent this. Like, definitely check it out, but I don't know if it's worth the ticket price of going to the theater. It's a little bit of a hard sell on that, but it is a fun movie. It's very well put together, very enjoyable, and let's face it, it's a little bit of lady porn for you. But I'd rather you girls be ogling this rather than this guy in another shitty movie, because this guy... #stop the Tatum. But yeah, it's a good one-off movie. It's got a beginning, middle, and end. There's no leanings towards having a sequel. It's just this one encapsulated movie, which is nice to see these days in the world of everything needs to be a franchise. And it was well put together and very fun. But like I said, it's just alright. So it's a bit of a hard sell. But you know what? If you're debating seeing it, go ahead and see it. If you weren't won by the trailers, yeah, wait till it comes out on TV. So there we go. I got to get back to my workouts, so I'm Sexy Mac the Pharaoh Wizard. Until next time, hold on to your hold slots.